Wonderful brothers and sisters, we are living in the last days. We are living in the last days, and the Lord is hastening His work. And more so, this is the time the Lord is actually enhancing temple work to be done for His children. He's really hastening temple work to be done for His children. And when you look at what exactly is happening today and what is exactly is happening in the world today, things are actually not good at all. Because it was last week when the president, that is my president, that is the president of the Republic of Kenya, came out clearly and he said that we need to ensure that we put ourselves together because we know things are not right, things are not good. But as a nation, we need to put ourselves together so that we can be able to overcome the challenges that are facing us. Now, I looked at that and I listened to the statement. If the president of the country can come out very clearly and say that things are actually not well, and you realize that it is not only Kenya that goes through this turmoil. It is across the world, all over the world. Countries are really facing the turmoil. Countries are really facing the turmoil. There are some which are actually war-torn. There are some countries which are war-torn. Some countries which are economically, others have become even a banana republic because they have no government at all. And when you look at these things happening, you actually realize what is happening spiritually. And that is why the Lord is hastening the work and He's calling upon all of us to be able to hasten the work so that we can actually be able to be in a position of saving our brothers and sisters, both in mortality and even across the veil, that is the spirit world. And that's why this work of salvation, it is being done in two fronts, in the spirit world and in the mortal world. And that's why when you look at the temple, you are always reminded of what is happening in the spirit world, what the Lord is set to do in the spirit world. There is a talk that was shared, and I will only share a clip by Elder Cook, Quentin Cook. He shared something very, very categorical that each one of us must actually deeply think and meditate about what the apostle has just said. And without further ado, I'd like just to welcome you so that you can listen to what Elder Cook had to say. Please welcome.
Impressions from the Holy Ghost. Occasionally in the temple, the veil between us and those on the other side becomes very thin. We get additional assistance in our efforts to be saviors on Mount Zion. Several years ago in a temple in Central America, the wife of one of our now emeritus general authorities assisted a father, mother, and their children in receiving eternal covenants in the sealing room where the temple mirrors are located. As they concluded and faced those mirrors, she noticed that there was a face in the mirror that was not in the room. She inquired of the mother and learned that a daughter had passed away and accordingly was not physically present. The deceased daughter was then included by proxy in the sacred ordinance. Never underestimate the assistance provided in temples from the other side of the veil.
Those are powerful words there, that never underestimate the assistance provided in the temple that is across the veil. Very powerful. And I like what he says there. He says that there is a thin line between the spirit world and the temple. Very thin line there. And how I wish those who are actually preparing to go to the temple, they will realize that how holy that place is, that how those who are in the spirit world are focusing on what exactly is happening in the temple for their own salvation. For their own salvation. because that is where mortality and the spirit world meets. And that's where there's a thin line between the temple and the spirit world. I've heard of testimonies people speak, shared, some of them I've read, and even some of them brothers and sisters have shared in my ward. And personally also, I've had the same experience. The experience that I had was that how some of these wonderful brothers and sisters were privileged to be visited by their fathers. You know, an ancestor will appear to you and tell you, why haven't you done this for me? Why haven't you done this for me? And some of them, when the ancestor will come and plead with them, they will actually be broken. That is when they will start realizing how important temple work is, because it is indeed these people are really waiting. There was a sister who shared at one time, it was in our temple, it was in our fast and testimony, our Sunday, and she shared how she wasn't actually taking things seriously about the temple. And at times how she would see people go to the temple, and to her it was normal. To her, she was like, this is just not for me. But at one time, she actually saw her own mother, her own mother looking at her, and her own mother was not happy with her. And the mother was not happy at all. And the mother was looking at her, and a feeling came to her that, why are you taking the temple so casually? Why are you taking the temple so casually? That is a feeling that came into her. And right there and then, she received an understanding that she needs to fully participate in temple work. She was very sorry of her. She was sharing, saying that she didn't know how much she was actually keeping her ancestors waiting for all that time, when she should have just had done it immediately. It had to take the mother to appear to her and run and do it for her. That is when she realized it is too serious. And right there and then, she says that the moment she completed doing this, all the things that were really disturbing her, because she will hardly stay in a job. When she gets a job, the following day, or she will only work maybe 1 month or 2 months, and then she's sacked. She works again for another month, 2 months, again she's sacked. But she says the moment she started participating in the temple work fully, doing the temple work for even people that she doesn't even know, she will just go there and ask for a name and do it for those people. She was able to keep her job. As we are talking now, it's getting to 2 years. And she's been improving in her work. The bosses are really brilliant and they really love her so much. That is how powerful temples can be. And I like what Elder Cook has said there, that we should not take it for granted. Never underestimate the help that the temple can offer to you and even to those who are in the spirit world. I know there could be other people outside there who may not actually understand what temples are. They may not actually understand why the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is putting more emphasis on the temple. And I will invite them to reason with their scriptures. I will invite them to reason with their scriptures and try to find out what was exactly the work of the temple. What was the work of the temples during those days? Why were the children of Israel building temples? Why did the Lord actually usher in the building of the temples? And he ordered King Solomon to construct a house for him. That is actually deep. It's actually deep. But I pray that if you will need this to be discussed to you in a more strongly way, even though there are some things that are happening in the temple that we cannot actually disclose to the public, but we will be more than glad to discuss with you and help you as you read scriptures and help you understand why we have temples today and why it's only the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints that has temples, the only Christian organization that has temples today. It is because the Lord has revealed it that way. And the Lord needs temples today so that his children can participate in him in actually performing these ordinances for them to adhere to their salvation. Brothers and sisters, I know this is true, and I know what the apostle there said is true. Looking forward to go to the temple, and I will encourage you to actually work more in the temple, serve more in the temple, and please go perform these ordinances in the temple. There is a blessing behind it, big blessing behind it. Otherwise, thank you very much. God bless you. Looking forward to see you again next time. Ciao.